They turned out in their hundreds, protesting against Australia's lockdown response to the COVID pandemic and clashed with police at Freedom Day rallies at Olympic and Hyde Parks. Some demonstrators were injured as officers acted on public health orders to shut down the illegal gatherings.
Communist fucking boss!
Here we go! Power to the people! Power to the people! Power to the people!
Okay, homies, well, we are just about to head into the Freedom Day rally in Homebush. We're going to go talk to a few of the protesters. I know a few of them will be coronavirus conspiracy theorists. We're going to go see if they're actually conspiracy theorists, or if no one really wants to talk to them because they actually pose some pretty good arguments about civil liberties and government restrictions in general. So let's go have a chat.
Down there.
Have you got ID or not?
Stop touching me.
Have you got ID?
I will arrest you for the purpose of
No,
identity.
I don't have ID. I don't need ID.
Alright, you're under arrest. Get my phone back.
What's wrong with you? Take it easy, mate, because I'm not providing nothing. I haven't broken the law. Arrest me. Come on, sweetheart. Quick area.
From Greenville Police Station.
Am I driving a
You
vehicle?
don't have to say anything. Or
Can you recite the card back to me? Article 61, 1215. Can you recite the Australian common law, the Constitution, back to me?
First thing we get out of the car and we see.
So we get out of the Uber and then a bloke's getting arrested. I'm not 100% sure why. We'd have to talk to him.
Identification or something.
Yeah, I think they might have been saying he was under the influence, and that's why he was saying that, well, I'm not driving a car, so what's the big deal if I am anyway? But he's obviously been arrested, but we've been here for 8 seconds and we've seen some police presence, so let's check it in.
You there, Dan? Yeah. Mate, don't touch me. I'm walking, don't fucking push me. Alright? You don't need to.
You dogs!
Are you here? What's going on?
Got Dougal here. You just arrived and the guy ran away and then got rearrested.
Yeah.
Exit number order 4 and we'll begin the offence and we will take action against you now.
And what's this for?
Another guy, Alex.
I'm walking, I'm just going to give you a move along.
Another arrest.
It's because you have no authority. You're a corporation.
On our system.
Mate, I don't care from what your system not. You tell me. That's your job, isn't it?
People rather than the masters of the people, and that's why people are so scared, because the police are no longer serving us, they're restricting us.
So he's
Are you pleased with today's turnout?
It looks really good. It looks like a lot of people are here. They're pretty happy. There's a little bit of unrest when someone gets arrested and tackled to the ground, but overwhelmingly people are happy here. A lot of people filming, and I think it's going to be a good day.
Perfect. Thanks for your time.
No problem.
This is bullshit. We do not agree. We do not understand. We do not stand under the police.
Okay, so we're out here. We're at Sydney Olympic Park. Guys, why are we protesting today?
For freedom. This is absolute bullshit. There's no proof of a virus.
Who are the fascists?
Who are the fascists? The people trying to control every part of our daily lives, our movement, telling us how we should live,
Yeah.
what we should do,
Yeah.
like without any explanation of the reasons behind it.
There's more people dying of food poisoning than this virus, and they're locking everyone down.
Yeah.
There's more people dying of suicides.
We know the numbers are a fraud.
Yeah.
You know, come on.
There's the COVID lies. There's no real debate about anything. All debate has just been squashed. You open your mouth about hydroxychloroquine,
hydroxychloroquine or vermectin, that's just pushed down. That is the answer to our problems, but any scientific evidence is not listened to. All the rubbish is listened to.
Do you think that the way that the police have handled the protesters today has been a little bit heavy-handed, or
We just got here.
just got here? Okay, so you guys missed it. There were definitely a couple of arrests. So we think that kind of the way that the police have been quite heavy-handed here is probably a little bit out of hand.
I can speak on that.
Yeah, you can speak on that. What would you like to say? What's your message to the police about this?
The police are just doing their job. We are engaging in contracts with the police. We don't have to do that. All we need to do is walk away from the police. As soon as we stop and we say that we understand them, we are literally engaging a contract that means that we are under the police. So we don't want to say that we understand. We merely just say no and we walk away. We don't have to leave. But once we engage in that contract with the police, then we're fucked.
How are you going?
Hey, criminals, the people you meet when you haven't got a gun.
I know. How are you?
Outstanding. How are you guys? You well?
See ya.
Good.
What's your message to the police today, Rick?
They may take our lives, but they won't take our freedom.
Bit of Braveheart.
You got it.
Never goes astray.
Bit of Rocky, bit of Braveheart. Either way, I'm good.
Yeah, 100%.
Why won't
They're
they
pushing
debate?
their agendas.
Why won't they debate with real doctors?
No, they won't debate.
Why are their channels being shut down when they speak out about it?
Right? So we don't want to give away any of our private information. We don't want to engage in contract. We just want to walk. We could all walk around here without engaging with the police and they wouldn't take anybody away. But as soon as we're protesting and we're like being rioters, then they have the right to take us away. So just don't play the game. Yeah.
And what do we think about the way the police are treating protesters here today?
It's disgraceful. It's disgraceful. We're the people. We're fighting for our country here. We're fighting for
pay them.
Yes.
We pay them.
We're fighting for our freedom of speech, our freedom for our children, for their future. And this is the way we get treated, where we have pedophiles in Parliament, and they're still sitting there, pedophiles, and that's fine, that's okay. But you open your mouth about something that's for this country, that's no good.
Yeah, 100%. Now, a lot of people are saying here that kind of the restrictions are way too heavy. Way more people are dying from suicide. Way more people are dying from the common cold, even. How do you feel about that?
Absolutely. The corona actually stands for Crown, and all of us don't realise that our Australian Constitution is designed around Crown, and that we are the Crown. Every single Australian citizen, every single person in the world was born as Crown. The doctor says to you, as soon as you come out the birthing canal, you are Crown. And we just don't know that that is our first name, and the whole Constitution of Australia is actually designed for us. And these guys are our public servants, and we don't know how to use them, right? So somebody else is using them until we stand up. So even the New World Author, the WHO, has literally said that until the people rise, the administrators will be taking over. So it's up to us to understand the Crown Act. Go to #CrownUp, and you'll be able to find out a whole lot more about this, to really know about your freedom and your sovereignty, and then you can get the police to work for you, not working under them.
Awesome. Thank you so much. 100%. A lot of people out here are actually talking about the pedophile issue in Parliament. Do you think that Australians are kind of growing a level of consciousness towards that issue at the moment?
Yeah, well, it's a test of someone's morality. I was talking to a journo yesterday and I explained the pedo issue to her. And I'm not talking Pizzagate, I'm talking about a senator in the federal parliament holding up a police document with the names of 28 VIP pedophiles which have been buried for 90 years. And I said to this journo, Sydney Morning Herald, her article was in the paper this morning, and I said, now that you know there's this story, if you don't report it, that makes you complicit. Your silence is consent. Now that's a choice for you to make, I understand that, but silence is consent. We know about the pedophiles, and we know that anybody that keeps quiet is protecting the pedophiles.
Yeah. So what's it going to take for them to release those names, or for us to find out who those people are?
When Australia One becomes the party of government and we jail everybody else.
Yes!
Thank you, Rick.
Australia!
Alright, Dossie and Dukes, going to do a quick boxy here. What do you reckon about everything that's gone on so far?
Mate,
get in tight.
The police came up, said they're clearing out this protest. It breaches a public health order, and if you stick around, you get arrested and a $1,000 fine.
The direction's been given for everyone to leave. This is breaching a health order, okay? If you don't leave, you'll get a $1,000 fine.
Okay, is that for everybody?
That's for everybody. Everyone's going.
Okay. I don't think they know who they're talking to, because they're about to get broadcast. What are you saying, Dos?
I think it's pretty funny how they're saying like move away, and then the protesters moving exponentially as we do go round in an oval. So it's not really like
we're going back in.
Yeah, you mean concentrically, like concentric circles?
You see, like
circles.
It's doing counterclockwise, just from one side of the park to the other, which I think is pretty funny. getting some good chants and stuff going.
All right. Well, let's see if we can do a couple
geographic resistance.
Yeah. Exponential geographic.
Right, so that's the money. That's freedom over fraud. Cool. That's right. It's a pretty good sign.
I go on the back.
And the back. Quarantine is sick, free the healthy. That's a good point. That's a good point.
I left my vape in the Uber. That's a sad thing about it.
I was going to say something. I don't want you to record it because that'll go viral.
Yeah.
Rests that haven't
taken away the speakers.
Yeah, correct.
So that's censorship right there. We're supposed to be living in a free country, you know, democracy, and look what's happening. They're chipping away at our freedom inch by inch, and then one day we're going to wake up and we're in communism. Like we're under a dictatorship at the moment. If people don't wake the fuck up now, we're going to be in some serious shit. You know, we're going to be going through a dystopian future. I'm here for my children, you know, and that's what's important. We've got to take down the New World Order. That's what we need to do.
Exactly right. There we go. The New World Order. That's the Guy Fawkes mask from V for Vendetta.
Yeah.
Love that. What is your message to the Victorians? I know the Victorians are having a really tough time, and a lot of people out here would kind of say Victoria, or we stand with Victoria signs. What's your message to the Victorians?
I know they're doing it tough. Regardless what's going to happen, I mean, Dan Andrews, he's not going to let anyone out of lockdown until everyone's vaccinated. He's come out and said that time and time again. He may use that as an excuse, if people were to protest today, he uses an excuse to maybe go stage 5, and that's why a lot of the Victorians are afraid at the moment.
Yeah.
But look, stand strong. It doesn't mean it's cancelled, it's postponed to a better time. But look what's happening here. I mean, they're not even allowing people to speak.
Yeah. I mean, you mentioned a vaccine. If a vaccine comes out, will you be taking it?
Oh, absolutely not. I mean, it's an experimental vaccine. It will alter your DNA. God knows what's in it, nanoparticles.
Untested.
Yeah.
Usually it takes...
No one's told us what ingredients are in it.
I mean, vaccines usually take...
animal testing.
Straight to human testing. Usually takes 10 years to develop a vaccine. They're expecting us to take it by the end of the year, you know, and it's a depopulation.
10 years. If you read the insert, it doesn't even take a week.
Yeah, right. So we're obviously everyone's pretty worried about the vaccine. Now, I don't know if you guys have seen it as well. There's a bunch of people going around with signs saying "Save our children."
Yeah.
In particular,
I know about that.
Yeah. Why don't you tell us a little bit about that?
So it's mostly to do with the elite satanic pedophile ring. A lot of pedophiles, if not noticed, they don't really cover it in the news, but have actually been arrested, and sex trafficking has been taken down.
That goes too deep.
Yes, too deep.
Well, there are a lot of people who are saying that. So that Ghislaine Maxwell, who was Epstein's accomplice, has been arrested.
Yeah.
And since she's been arrested, there's been quite a few children who that were being sex trafficked have been found and have been located.
Well, they have been. If you pay attention to what is going on, other than MSM, they have found a lot of missing children, but none of it makes our normal news. You have to look at alternative news to find out.
MSM, it has to be alternative news. Mainstream media, I mean, they don't cover real news. I mean, you guys are the news now, the media now, the true media. So yeah, so keep it up.
We're just standing in a park. We are just standing in a park.
There's a bit of encroachment action.
So an interesting byproduct of this encroachment tactic is that they're actually bringing people together, so totally violating all the social distancing requirements.
Yeah.
They've totally entrapped everyone, and so they're basically going to push everyone together like a can of sardines, right? So it totally defeats the purpose of the whole operation here, which is to get rid of COVID.
Need to leave now.
You need to leave.
Not even moving now.
Don't push me.
Keep walking.
Love a bit of freedom. Love a bit of freedom. A little bit of Braveheart. A little bit of Braveheart.
better security.
Yeah?
For our freedom. Yeah.
Fighting for our kids' freedom. This is Ship's her birthday today and we're fighting for their freedom.
Beautiful. Mandatory vaccines for pedophiles. What are you guys out here for today?
Freedom. Freedom.
What's your name?
This show says it all. Damien.
Damien? Steve. We're not here to dox you. What do you got to say about the police today?
Honestly, they're complicit in crimes, aren't they? They should know the laws. They're enforcing these corrupt rules. They know damn well, but they're still moving us on. A 70-year-old just spoke up. All he did was speak. All he did was speak, and they arrested him.
Got the police behind us. We're too slippery. It is what it is.
We have the power. This isn't Nazi Germany. This isn't communist Russia. Here we go. Power to the people. Power to the people. Power to the people. They're going to put you in a government facility. The government are taking people to concentration camps as we speak. This is not a...
Yo, Joel, how you feeling, boy?
Good, Dukes. How's it going, man? What's happening?
Not too bad. What's your feeling of the day so far?
Look, it's been largely peaceful, but the police have decided to give us a bit of a shove. It's good to see that everyone's responding very peacefully, though. It's good to see no one's arcing up. But shame on them. Shame on them. They shouldn't be doing this. We all have the right for peaceful protest, including Black Lives Matter. They deserve the right to free protest as well, which I said before.
Come on, we support the Blues! We support the Blues! It's not a crime! Get back! Get back! Listen. I'm a nurse! I'm a nurse! And look how you are! I work for the government too! Do anything, okay? I work for the government! On the outside, red on the inside. I work for the government! And that's how I know for that job!
The protest is basically wrapped up now. Important to note that we started out on the main ground over there, but the police have then moved everyone and tried to move them into this area. Interestingly though, there's basically the same density of people, there's the same number of people per square metre, and they're basically just coming from the back and continually pushing people to disperse out there. There's been a couple of very, very heavy-handed arrests. This is not definitely, I would say, not a good look for cops, but what I really wonder is how many of the police are actually kind of just following orders and really don't to do what they're doing versus how many of them are actually kind of fully committed to the hard style interrogation tactics that you've seen recently in Victoria. I mean, I know I'm 100% behind cops almost all the time, and I'll come to their defence, but the way in which they've treated a few of the protesters today is going to land them in hot water, rightly or wrongly. Dossie, what did you think?
Yeah, I agree. I think the most important thing here is that the protest has been peaceful. I haven't seen like any protesters getting violent with the police. Like, I think it's important to note that, like Alex said, the police, I would say a large majority of them don't really want to be down here doing these fucking jiu-jitsu takedowns on people, arresting them. They don't really like being dicks to people, I would say, and they're just following orders. So I don't really like it when I hear the chants like cops are terrorists, when I'd say it's more the institution itself rather than the individual cops, even though even saying that makes me cringe a little bit. But yeah, mostly peaceful here. I think if not 100% peaceful, people are just voicing like a genuine concern that they have, and I think that once you start like impinging upon that right to protest, then that's when people are allowed to make that jump from like impeding like on the peaceful protest to like tyranny. So look, it's not a good look for the cops today. But yeah, good on the freedom fighters.
What are you here for today?
I'm here to stand up for our rights against tyranny, because we have an obligation to speak up. If we don't speak up, no one else is going to speak up for us. So we're here to demonstrate that we're here in love and peace. We absolutely are here in love and peace, but we have a right to speak what is our truth, and that's why we're here. So thank you.
Sign says save the children. Do you want to speak a little bit about that as well?
So I mean, we all know it now. Pedophilia is going on, and this lockdown, this tyranny that's going on, to me it's hiding what's going on in the pedophilia rings. And not only that, but if we don't stand up now, our children and our grandchildren, what do they have to live for?
Police said save our humanity. 5 more minutes, and then they're going to start arresting.
What's our crime?
Where are we going next?
What are we getting arrested for?
What's our crime? I'll find out, wait.
All right, no worries.
So the police are saying 5 more minutes until they start arresting people, but I think there's a lot of protesters here who don't like that idea one bit, and the police might have their work cut out for them.
You're not violent. As long treat someone the way you want to be treated, whether he's a police officer or not. Exactly. Yeah. Right? If two men, let's forget there's a police officer. 2 men are having an argument. If it stays calm, they can sort it out. If it's escalated, it's punch on time. You decide what happens to you. Police officer walks up to you, he's not the enemy. And I'm not here, I'm here for Australia. But don't forget, police officers are members of families.
Yes.
They have children.
Yes.
They just want to go home. But they also answer to people above them.
Yes.
I'm going to tell you an example. Yesterday, some lefty on my social media accused me of being scared. Why? Because I put a sticky tape over my company's logo. I make a very good living. I support my family very, very well. I have a deal with my company. While they respect my opinion and support me, we have a lot of people that pay us that do not have the opinion. We can't afford in this economy to lose people. So I agreed that I will cover my company's logo as long as I continue to speak my opinion. Right? The left wants you to, if you don't shut up, this is what's going to happen to you. You're going to get arrested. No, you're not going to get arrested. You're going to be asked to move along. And if you arc up, they have been trained to settle things down.
Yes.
So work with the police. Help the police. They are not Victorian police. They are New South Wales police.
They've just asked us all to leave before they start arresting.
Okay?
They're all the same, mate. They're all the same.
Hold on.
The Nazis did the same. The Nazis did the same. The Nazis did the same.
This This is what's causing the problem. The problem is them, not us.
Well, she's been arrested. A few more people have been arrested. See, if they were Black Lives Matter, I guarantee you they would not have been arrested. This boy looks like he's getting arrested. Everyone's basically protesting the lockdown, saying that, you know, you should be allowed to stay at home and wear a mask if you want, but I should be allowed to run my business and go to the shops, etc. So the lockdowns aren't that big in Sydney, obviously, but everyone's riled up about Victoria at the minute and the emergency powers. And so there's a lot of people out there saying, you know, free Victoria, etc, etc. What's going on? Oh, she's under arrest. We're breaching the health order, apparently. Everyone has been ordered to leave. Dude, they just said if I go back, they're going to arrest me, give me a $1,000 fine. Well, I just don't think it'll be really worth it. Alex is filming someone over there. If I get $1,000 donated to me on Patreon, I'll be happy to get arrested, but yeah, this is fucked.